is first. Give the horn for August. Oh my goodness, where is the year going? We only have August, September, October, November, December. It's almost over and it just started. It's going too fast. I'm definitely a little bit sad about that. I wanted to enjoy 23, but looks like I'll have to look more forward to 24. But I got 5 months left, right? So, there's still so many different cool things that I can do. Hopefully, you've been doing your summer reading. I know that I have. But you know what time it is? It is time for Kitsap Regional Library, and that means our favorite librarian in all of the county, Priyachari. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. It's good to be here.
It is good that you are here.
Yeah, you are right about the year just flying by. I blinked and it was like May to the end of summer. It's wild.
So there's a saying that says the older you get, the faster time goes. I don't know if that's true or not, but this year does seem to be just month. It's like, oh, it's already this, it's already that. Wow. Kids are going back to school here soon. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, youth.
You still got some time, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been a pretty busy and hectic, but energetic summer for the library and for the downtown area where we're located, and I guess for Kitsap in general, because Washington summers are just beautiful. So plenty of opportunity to be outside. I guess I could just jump right into updates. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. So the first big one I want to share is if you have tried to visit the downtown Bremerton Library in the past few weeks, you will have seen that we are closed. We're all very sad about it, but it is temporary. The downtown branch will be getting an HVAC system installed, which means we'll have air conditioning in future summers and toasty warm heating in future winters. Our building was constructed from 1937 to 1938, so it is an old one, and it is really in need of those modern updates, especially with the winter coming up. You never know how cold it will get. So the downtown branch closed for construction through aiming for early November. You can find it's going to be a little while. We had closed first day on July 17th. The city of Bremerton owns our building, and so they're leading the construction in partnership with Kitsap Regional Library, and we are really excited for the final product. So in the meantime, what that means for you all, if you are trying to visit the downtown library, you will find that you cannot, unfortunately, because it's an active construction site. So I haven't been down there a little while. I was on vacation. I know they're planning to put up fencing around the building. And our book drop is closed. And because of the construction, the electricity has to be shut off, so the Wi-Fi may not be on. It's a lot to handle, and we know it's a lot for a while. So we really try to accommodate our downtown patrons because we love and miss you all. So the next closest branches to downtown are Sylvan Way in East Bremerton and Port Orchard, the Port Orchard branch. Port Orchard is just a 10-minute foot ferry from the ferry terminal, and the Sylvan Way Library is either like a 10-ish minute drive or a 30-ish, 40-ish minute walk. I've done both. It's a nice way to get outside and get some sunlight, go over the Warren Bridge and see some scenery. So those two branches are available. If you're a downtown patron who has holds that you haven't changed yet, those are automatically shifted to Sylvan. So your holds will still be active. Just stop by Sylvan Way to pick them up when you get that notification saying they're ready. If you have any questions about items on your holds list or returns, you're welcome to just call basically any of our branches because all staff have access to the same patron database. But Sylvan Way will be your main default home branch until you choose another one. I will say also, if you've checked out an item from the downtown branch in the couple weeks before we closed, you will have a due date extended through November because we know not everyone, because not everyone has transportation to either of those branches. And we understand that since you can't return the items to our book drop because it's locked, you might not be able to get to another branch. So I'd recommend if you got one of those checkout slips with your items in the couple weeks before we closed, check on that. Due date's probably November 13th, I think is the default. But you're also welcome to check your account on our website or give any branch a call and just see when your due dates are. If by any chance it isn't updated, maybe you checked it out a little too early for that extended due date to kick in, we can work with you, no problem. We want to make sure that you are enjoying the items you have and not feeling stressed to return them to a building that will be closed through November. So if you have any questions about that, you're welcome to call any of our branches, check our website. We'll have the opening date basically plastered all over it when we have an idea of when that will be. With supply chain issues, you never know if construction might be delayed a little bit. In the meantime, your friendly neighborhood staff are dispersing to different branches and taking some vacation time and doing outreach. So if you are interested in picking up your summer learning prizes, but you can't make it to another location, or you choose to just hang out in downtown, I love downtown, so that would be my preference. We have a few pop-up summer learning prize stations
wow.
throughout
That's
downtown
cool.
and Manette, so that y'all don't have to schlep up to Sylvan or take the foot ferry if you don't want to, or if you can't. So the dates for those, I want to make sure I'm giving you correct dates. They're all in our Inspire for the summer. This runs June through August. They're also on our website, krl.org. And you will find me and some of my colleagues from the downtown branch at, trying to go in order of dates here. We've got in Manette, it's called The Parcel. It's this little lot between Saboteur Bakery and the Green Room. So the address in Inspire says the Green Room so that you know where to go. But we're just putting a little pop-up tent with tables, and the prizes, which are your books for your 10-hour prize or the notebook, a drawstring backpack for 50 hours of reading, and the lauded shirt that Marwan and I are both rocking right now for 100 hours. Yes. We have our reading trackers available. If you had one and lost it or don't have one, they're in this little booklet right over here. It's, just color in a little section for every chunk of time you read. You can also use the Beanstack app, which is a free download. There's instructions for that in our booklet and on our website, or just tell us that you read your hours. We don't super need to see exact numbers there. We trust that people are doing their good reading and enjoying what they're reading, hopefully. So you can pick up all those prizes at the Parcel, which the first, that'll be first Friday. So this Friday, 3 to 6. And then second Saturday, August 12th, 1 to 5. We will be at Ashley's Pub in downtown Bremerton. That is entry on 4th Street downstairs to their little courtyard, or you can take the elevator inside the little office plaza that has like Cups Cafe and Ballast Books. They have an elevator as well. That is on Thursday, August 10th and Friday, August 11th, 4 to 7 p.m. So, stop by after work, grab a prize, hang around Ashley's. It's a cool place. 21 plus, mind you. And then Kitsap History Museum. First one, Thursday, August 3rd. I got a little ahead of myself. And then Thursday, August 17th, noon to 3 p.m. And so that'll be just inside the lobby of the Kitsap History Museum, which is on 4th Street in downtown Bremerton. Come for the exhibits. Come grab your prize on your way out. It's a really cool space to explore our shared county history, and then also leave with a prize. Or just come and say hi if you've got your prizes already. That's fine too. We have little stickers and swag and all that fun stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are our pop-ups that we're doing just to make sure that folks who are in the downtown area can come get their prizes. Please do come say hi to us because it's also a nice opportunity to explore other locations outside of the library while still celebrating library things. So again, those 2 locations in downtown and 1 in Manette. So those are in our Inspire booklet and on our website as well. Last thing I guess I'll share is in our reading tracker booklet. You'll notice it is a little shorter. It's the short square one that you might have picked up both at your branch. All the information on both is on our website, but inside the tracker booklet, you'll have information about the different prizes that you can get. You'll also see a schedule of our summer learning performances. Those are also on our website, but those are our really big, fun, family-friendly opportunities to come and explore new ideas, dance. Here's some global music. So there's been a whole bunch of those through the month of July, late June and July. There are a couple more coming up in August. The last two are magician Jeff Evans on Wednesday, August 2nd at 11 a.m. in Port Orchard, so just on that waterfront area there. And then Thursday, August 3rd, 10:15 a.m. at Sylvan Way. He has a really fun show. It's geared toward kids and early learners, but I know that like parents and grown-ups who show up also have a fantastic time. And then next Wednesday, August 9th at 1 p.m. right here in downtown at the Admiral Theater. We're really excited to work with them. We'll have Thistle Theater coming to perform Brother Coyote, Sister Fox, which is a traditional Japanese puppet theater piece of a Mexican tale. So it's got that really cool global fusion in a puppet theater performance. So if you haven't seen that, I would highly recommend it. I plan to be there just to see it because it looks amazing.
Tell us again when and where is that?
Okay. Yes, it's called Thistle Theaters. If you're on our website, you can just not Google, on the search bar up top, search Downtown Bremerton or Puppet Theater or Thistle Theater, or just look through the list of events. That is Wednesday, August 9th at 1 p.m. at the Admiral Theater. So you will be indoors, air conditioning, with a great view of the stage. We're just really excited to work with the Admiral since they're, our neighbor just around the corner on 5th Street and Pacific. So that is also family friendly. Bring your kids. If you're a grown up, you're welcome to attend too. It's going to be just really, really cool.
And Priya, if I could just say, the Admiral Theater it's like a really romantic theater. It's old school, but it's got like new chairs that still kind of look old school. So you kind of get that feel. It's just great. I got a tour of, upstairs in the film room and everything else. The Admiral it's an awesome landmark here in Kitsap County or in Bremerton. Let me go ahead and claim it for Bremerton.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those like locations in downtown. If you're coming off the ferry and you're just walking up Pacific, like you get their big old sign. It's a real landmark, and we're really just really jazzed to be able to share library supported performances in their space. I do believe that the designated seats as well for the summer learning program are on the balcony or the mezzanine or the upper level. So you get that
really
great view. They have some theater camps that are going on as well. So it'll be a really active space because everyone's down to see puppet theater. It's great.
Yeah, what a treat.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. So those are the two that are coming up in August. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes. We keep going on through our booklet here. We've got our reading tracker pages. If you are interested in doing that, cool. If you are more of a digital person and want to use the app, Beanstack, awesome. That works great too. And if you just keep it up top in your noggin and tell us just, hey, I did my reading, that's fine too. So we've got our page for 10 hours of reading, color in a leaf for every 20 minutes. Here's your 10 hours. Color in a block for every 20 minutes past that. 100 hours. Amazing. But I also really want to highlight the couple pages toward the end here. All right. So it's called our Learning Challenge, or Dig Into Learning Challenge. We've been doing this for the past several years as an opportunity to get folks to just dig a little deeper into what they are reading and learning and experiencing this summer. I know for a lot of kiddos, you get to explore topics or books that maybe you didn't get to cover in school during the school year. For a lot of grown-ups, this is a rare time that we get to, travel and explore and work on new projects and just dig into something that is a little bit new to us. And so we want to learn about that and help support that and encourage it. So the way this works, we've got our little page right here that just asks us to dig into our ideas. So tell us about something that you want to learn this summer. Maybe you've been working on something all summer already. Maybe you haven't, but you'd want a little bit of a kickstart. Just list out some ideas of things you want to learn. So I want to work on my Spanish language competency. I want to plant peppers. I want to learn how to roller skate backwards. That was mine a couple of years back.
Really?
Yeah, just things like that. It does not need to be book smart, like studying for a test or anything. Just tell us your ideas and then circle one that you want to focus on. Underneath that, plant the seed. Just tell us about the steps that you'll take to accomplish your goal. Maybe that's watch a YouTube tutorial, go to the store and pick up supplies, set aside some time, go to this place, or, go to sleep early so you can start early the next day. Things like that. We don't care what it is. We just, maybe it's like do a sunrise hike for the first time, because I know a lot of us are outdoorsy folks here. There's a lot that goes into that. So just tell us
Well,
the steps that
I
you're
have
taking.
one. I've got
Let's hear it.
one. Well, remember last year I was supposed to grow, right? Based
Mm-hmm.
on the prizes from last year's reading program. This year I actually am doing it. So let me see if I can show you this picture
Yeah.
of my kale. Let's see if it comes in there.
Oh my gosh. I see those little leafy buddies.
And they're actually ready to be picked, some of them. So I'm gonna pick it and I'll tell you how it tastes. But
Amazing.
I didn't kill it, so I can grow and it's working, and that's all based on the library's encouragement. I've always wanted to do it, and then that was a prize, and
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, I got to do it. We couldn't do it last year, and so Layla's here this summer, so she's been
Mm-hmm.
watering the kale and helping to keep it alive. I kind of hurt my knee, so it was in the back. So it's like, Layla, you got to go water the kale. So she goes and waters the kale and keeps it
Mm-hmm.
going. But yeah, it's looking really healthy.
That is so cool to see. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. That's like exactly the sort of like follow through that we are just really excited to hear about. I don't know, maybe your next goal for the rest of the summer is like figure out what to do with it. Like, put them in a salad, but what else can you do?
Oh, well, Olive Garden has this sausage potato kale soup, which is my favorite. And Kendra at G2 actually makes that.
Oh
So
my
I'm
gosh.
gonna give her some of this kale to make that. And I've had a lot of my backyard cleared out. So
Mhm.
as it goes into the winter months, I'm gonna try to do potatoes. And so I'm gonna flex my muscle a little bit more and see what else I can crank up.
That's so cool, Marlon. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sharing. That's
Well, and
amazing.
again, that's a library win,
Mhm.
because it was that encouragement that got me over the top to actually do it, and I procrastinated an entire year.
Better late than never.
Oh, this is true, but you
Yeah.
gotta dig deep.
And sometimes you need a little extra push, so that's what this is for. The
Or, maybe I should have
Yeah, there we go.
said that one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. No, that's exactly the type of follow through that we want to see on the back page of this little page in our booklet here, which is just called Grow from Your Experience. So tell us, what did you learn? How did it go? What would you try differently next time? Maybe the result is like, this was great and I would do it exactly the same. Cool. Fine. Maybe it's, maybe I would plant more next time, or I would think about the timing or the location. Just, whatever your reflection is, we want to hear it. And then underneath that, sweet success. Just tell us what you want to win. So we have a drawing at every single branch. So there's 9 of us.
Oh,
And there are 3 different prizes that can be given out at each branch. So you got pretty good chances. The prizes it's quite similar to last year as well. One is called Read Local. You get a $150 gift certificate to your local bookstore, whichever that
wow.
is for you. Yes. Shop Fresh is the next one. You get a $150 gift card to either your local farmers market or Kitsap Fresh, which is an online platform for local farmers and producers so that you can be connected to hyper local products. Think produce, meat, baked goods, things like that. But online with lots of different pickup spots across the county. And the third one is Switch It Up. You get a Nintendo Switch Lite and a $70 download card for a new game. So those
Man, all
are
of those are good.
good, right? So
Mhm.
those are the 3 choices you have. So what you do is just check off which one you want to enter to win. Give us a little bit of contact info here, and then bring it to your local branch. I will say at downtown, since we're not physically there, you need to come find us. But because of that, you probably have a better chance of winning because not as many people
Ooh.
wonder. So I will say, bring your entry page to any of the pop-ups that I mentioned earlier at the History Museum, Ashley's Pub, the Parcel in Manette, or I forgot to mention, we'll be at the Bremerton Farmers Market as well all through August. So if you just stop by the farmers market at Evergreen Park, I think it runs 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Come find us, give us your little page. We'll pop it in our little entry box, and then after the end of August, like first couple weeks of September, we'll do the drawings for each branch. Call you to let you know that you won, and then find a way to get your prize to you. The last page in our booklet here is just a little bingo challenge that is an additional entry to that drawing. So again, you'll do a little bingo, and they're easy things like visit the farmer's market, or read a new genre, or watch something on Curiosity Stream, which is one of our streaming databases. So just do a little bingo here, and then at the side here, same thing. Tell us which prize you want to enter to win. Give us your contact info, bring it to us, and we will do that drawing in September. There's some really good, really cool stuff here, but aside from winning a prize, we just really want to encourage people. You're probably learning and doing some really cool stuff this summer. Anyway, you might as well get rewarded for it and celebrated for it. So come find us.
I love it. I love it. Oh, I'll definitely have to get Layla involved. She's doing her reading. She's not at 100 hours. I don't think she's gonna make it. But we've been working and tracking it. So we went over some hidden reading that she didn't realize that she was doing, and she's learning a new routine in gymnastics. So she's got a new story to tell, and she got to help, set up some of the routine, a little part of it. So she's super excited about that.
Yeah, that's great. We just love hearing stories like that. Oh, you're working on a new thing, or you're chugging away at your reading. I will say, if you don't think you've specifically hit a certain number, but the summer's dragging on, come find us anyway. Because the baseline is we need to give away our t-shirts and bags and books by the end of the summer. No one likes having leftovers. So if you're chugging away at it, you're trying your hardest, and you don't have that, that certain number hit, come find us anyway. We just want to celebrate the reading that you are doing. And I will say, for the reading tracking purposes, reading print books counts, listening to audiobooks counts, reading ebooks counts, reading the Vox audiobooks for kids that you read while listening to, that all counts. Reading articles, Wikipedia, reading for work, reading the news, that all counts. Reading to people and having people read to you, all counts.
Duolingo, learning German, does that count?
I feel like if you're reading sentences and thinking about them in your head and popping them back in, I'll flex on that.
So it's so funny, right? So Layla, she loves Roblox. And so you think she's playing the video game, and I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing, sweetie?" "Oh, I'm just teaching myself German." And then I'll see the little sticky notes. I threw the last one away. There's a little sticky note, and it's like a German paragraph on here. It's
oh my gosh.
she just, that's what interests her. It's like, go ahead. I'm definitely gonna applaud that. Good.
Yeah.
As you were, sweetie. I'm sorry to disrupt you. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Hey, good for her. I don't speak a word of German, so I'm like, that's impressive.
Oh, that was, do you speak German, I believe? Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Whatever the answer of no is in German, I'll give you that. Yeah, we want to encourage people, think critically about the ways that you might be reading, whatever that looks like to you. For instance, like I used to listen to a ton of podcasts. I've since sort of switched over to just straight up audiobooks because I'm like a sucker for a good like multi-chapter super active thing. But one of my favorite podcasts is my recommendation to you all is LeVar Burton Reads.
Oh, I've heard about that one.
Yes, of Star Trek and Reading Rainbow and Roots and all that good stuff. But he picks a different short story every session and reads it out loud and gives a little bit of commentary. But he's a really great oral reader, and that's basically an audiobook because he's reading your short stories. I'm like, oh, those podcasts. So just things like that. We don't need to know specifically what you read unless you want to share. We're always open to recommendations. But just want to celebrate you. So please come find us. And you don't have to be in the downtown area to visit your local branch aside from downtown. If you prefer, we'll celebrate you there too. Yeah.
So, one of the things that I wanted to do that was new is I wanted to do a, what was it? Was it War of the Worlds? Was a radio show where people panicked back in the day and they thought it was real at first. I wanted to do the same type thing since I have a podcast and just kind of tell a story. Like we've got aliens, all in the news now and at Congress, and just kind of tie in all of the current events into this big sprawling story. But I kind of want to use AI to assist me with it, but then I don't know if I will retain the intellectual property. So I'm just not sure, but I want to make it really cool. So that's what
Mhm.
I'm kind of thinking about.
Oh, that's a good question. The world of collaborating with AI nowadays is such a complicated thing. I would love to learn more about it. So if that's one of your goals for this summer, please please report back because I could learn a
Okay.
little bit too.
Yeah, for sure. I've used it a little bit. It's pretty cool. It's a little scary. It's
Mhm.
definitely a little dystopic for me. And just the application that I think that it's kind of a runaway train. But I
Mm.
digress. We're supposed to be talking about the library, so um,
Okay.
but I like to nerd out about a lot of cool things. So
Oh, for sure. And I will say, I think the premise of like understanding the ethical implications of AI and how it might function in society is kind of a pretty common topic in a lot of science fiction and like speculative fiction.
our actors, are the writers, like they're going through it right now, because they're
Yeah.
on strike. So I mean, yeah, real people thought it was gonna be 5 years off, and it's like now, the impact is
Mhm.
now on folks losing
Yeah.
jobs and things like that, so
Yeah. But hey, if that's a learning topic that someone wants to pursue, come into the library, tell us how it went, ask for help. We're happy to do so because it's new to all of us, I think, librarians included.
well, stay tuned, there may be UFOs and AI takeover in a very dystopic future that I don't know if there's a way to say humanity wins in the end, but, it should be interesting either way,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I can
Well,
pull that
we'll
off.
keep us posted. Yes. Yeah. So we're chugging away. We're pretty busy through the end of August, and then once September comes, I think you'll see a lot of branches will, for instance, take a break in their story times just to give the staff a little breather, let people transition back into school and work, and go from there. But again, if anyone has any questions about any of our summer programs or events or navigating getting prizes or our website because it's still fairly new to a lot of folks, please give us a call at your local branch or just pop in. We also have our ways of getting in touch online through our website. There's a little email form, or you can just come find me at our pop-ups downtown, and I'll try to do some troubleshooting that way.
So tell us again, when might the library open?
The downtown branch, we are aiming for an early November
Early November.
reopening, and that's sort of to give us a little bit of buffer time from our expected deadline from the city. But again, you never know with materials and construction timelines and supply chain delays and all that. So we are aiming for early November. That's why we've put our checkout periods for things borrowed from the downtown branch in the weeks prior to our closure as November 13th. If for some reason things do get pushed significantly past then, you will know about it. We will be sending emails and it will be on our website. And if needed, we'll automatically extend those checkout periods. So please don't feel stressed. We really just want to work with people because they work with us and they've been really patient and accommodating. And we are really excited to open our doors again in the winter with heating.
With heating and
With
air
heating.
conditioning in the summer, right? So
Yes, it'll
you'll
be more
have both.
comfortable for all of our patrons, more comfortable from the staff who have to be there all day.
Mhm.
So it's a good thing. We are just trying to use this downtime wisely and connect with people in the meantime. So we'll
And
keep
the
you updated.
library has so many things going on, right? MLK's
Mhm,
did its renovation, you got the Silverdale Library, Port
mhm.
Orchard just signed its new agreement, like, man, the library is a staple of the community for sure.
Yeah, yeah, we
And
are. We're try to keep up with folks as we can. Yeah.
well, and speaking of, you guys are, really care about the patrons that come in and visit the library. So I'm sure that some patrons have their favorite library staff. So if they want to, connect, like, I have to talk to Priya about this book or this resource. Is is there a way they can contact you through email or can they get you through ask us, tell us?
Yes, so that ask us tell us should be it gets to a team of like library staff from across the system. We all do like a couple hour shifts every week to make sure that we're all answering questions. So if you have a question, you just don't know who to send it to, pop it in that email form, um, and whoever gets it will pass it on to the person that it needs to get to. The other thing is that all of our staff, we have pretty solid contact info on our website as well. So if you go to the branch page for downtown, for Sylvan, for whichever branch, you'll see the manager, supervisor, and then the librarians as well, and their contact info. So I would say for the downtown staff, email's best while we're away because we're at different locations. But all of our contact info for at least the main branch staff, you can always get in touch with the manager and say, hey, where is so-and-so? I'd love to go visit them. And that's fine too. But, yeah.
So one other question for you.
Mhm.
Do you get the opportunity to visit other branches since your branch is closed? Because I know that you like doing that.
Yeah. We've been sort of loaned out to different branches, sort of in a way that works with us, where we live in different places. We need to get to locations that we can get to, and also to other branches who might, need a couple extra hands. So I'll be at Silverdale, for instance, a few days a week, just because they don't have an adult services librarian, and it's nearby, so I can do both of
Nice.
those. But we have other staff sort of scattered throughout, and then of course, we have. We all stop by Sylvan for different reasons in East Bremerton, so you can probably find at least one of us there at all times. But if you need to get in touch with anyone specifically, the email form on our website works just fine, or on our website you can go to the different branch pages and just find your staff member there. Try to stay in touch.
Yeah, I love it. You know what? Something else popped into my mind too. I've gone to a few of the farmers markets, and I don't remember the library being there. Is that new this year, or have I just missed it?
No, so we are not usually a super regular vendor, I guess is the term.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it depends on the different communities. So I'm not sure about the other farmers markets throughout the county. But when we do have big things to share, like summer learning, we try to go to different places where the people are. And so our Bremerton Farmers Market is just really popping. Like, it's such a good time.
Oh, it's so innovative. I was just such a great idea. It's like I never would have thought about that. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So we're just going to be there for the month of August
Mm-hmm.
to finish out our summer learning program and make sure that the prizes get out to all of our readers. And so folks who might want to connect with us during our closure still have a way to do so. I know the farmers market runs beyond August, but that's just when the library staff is scheduled there. So that'll be every Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m. We'll have our little tent and our table, and you can look for the KRL logo. Come find us.
At Evergreen, right?
Evergreen Park, yes. Along with the typical vendors where you'd find, like produce and cheeses and baked goods and meats and all that. Come for the food, stay for us. There are often booths from local nonprofits who want to connect with community members, and so they were really grateful that they were open to hosting us. Because what better place to spend your afternoon than in a park surrounded by music and good food and good energy?
Yeah, fresh food.
Yeah, it's important.
And flowers, and there's a lot of cool stuff at the farmers markets.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
DT's even staffing them this year, a few of them. So
Nice.
that's pretty cool. I don't know if we're doing Evergreen or not, but we are doing them.
Cool.
So
What was that?
You might see us.
That'd be nice. We have sort of a rotating cast of downtown library staff who will be there also. So I'll be there in a couple weeks. I won't be at every single one, but we'll have at least two of us. You can probably find us from our t-shirts again. And all the cool kids have them.
Well, there's one t-shirt that I have to get my hands on. So there is a Purple Pride library t-shirt, and I need to find out if I can get one of those. It's purple. I must have it.
Yeah. I know those were made special for the KRL staff who were at the different KRL areas during the Pride Festival. It's a beautiful shade of purple. I'm honestly kind of
yes, it is. I need to have it.
Well, I'll ask around. They might have some ideas. Yeah.
That would be awesome. So I just scored a purple one from the Bremerton Housing Authority.
Nice.
They just had an event. So I'm like, oh man, if it's purple and it's your organization, I definitely need one of your shirts.
Yeah. I think for our summer learning t-shirts, the past few years at least, we've sort of done like black or navy blue because never goes out of style, and
Mm-hmm.
they look pretty good on everyone, and you can sweat in them because it's summer. But um, I know previous to the past few years, they did a whole bunch of different colors. So who knows? We might cycle the purple into a future rotation. We'll see.
Well, that would be my vote. You already know. Oh, I wonder what color Marwan would like. Oh yeah, purple. Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
safe bet. Yeah. I think if we're doing the same as last year, also at the end of summer, the summer learning program, so after the end of August, we do really want feedback on the program itself. So, what did you like? What did you not like? How did you enjoy the prizes? Were the programs, of interest to you? So we typically have a community survey that goes out at some point in September. I don't know the exact timeline of that, but that's just a really direct way where y'all can provide thoughts, both good and bad. We'll take all of it because it helps get us better and more ready for next summer. So that's something to look out for as well. And next month, we'll have more info on that. So if you're like, these prizes were amazing, more of them, cool, we'll take that. If you're like, these prizes stink, less of them, that's okay too. We'll take all of it because we really do develop the program with the community in mind and their interests. And that might be, it's hard to do. There's a lot of different people with different opinions and perspectives, but really try to have something for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So please do share. We'll take the feedback and make it better for next year.
So tell me again, for people that are tracking their reading through the app, what was the name of the app again?
It's called Bean Stack.
Bean
Bean
Stack.
like the food, stack like a stack. And it's all on our, there's info of how to download that on our website. If you get the booklet as well, there's a little QR code just in the front page that you can use your mobile device. I believe you can do it on desktop as well. But just to use this QR code, snap a photo of it, and then there's instructions for how to use it that way. Beanstack is also neat because it gives you little like benchmarks and little cute little illustrations to celebrate the different reading you're doing. You can leave reviews and keep track of specific titles that you're reading if you'd like to. And we've actually been featuring some of the reviews on our Facebook page from reviews that folks have really liked to share those recommendations with others, with permission, of course. But
I'm downloading mine right now.
fantastic. Yeah.
I should have done this earlier in the summer.
You can always log things retroactively as well. Just in case you don't really vibe with a paper booklet, that's cool too.
Well, I think that'll help Layla, definitely. So she's definitely into electronics. I think she'll be more likely to track her reading if she has the app. So I'm going to download it for myself, and then I'm going to share it with her and have her download it.
Fantastic. Yeah. And if you are like in part of a family, like a guardian with a couple kids as well, I believe you can register for an account with all the family members sort of attached. So that, for instance, if you're reading to your kid, that book that you've logged counts as reading time for both of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Beanstack it's a pretty agile app and pretty intuitive. There's instructions on the website, and the app will take you through the process as well when you're registering. So yeah, just something to work on and, become an expert now. So next summer you're ready to hit the ground running June 1st.
As I was thinking, it was like, we should do a tutorial on that, just a short little 3-minute on how to get it all set up.
That would be a really good, maybe like June next summer. We'll add that to the agenda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could just do it in May, and then, just nice little, quick little 3-minute, no 20-minute thing, just something quick, like this is what you do, and these are the steps, and now you're ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We'll get that on the calendar.
Get your 100 hours in. Because I have the shirt, but I really want to earn it one year. So I am going to work on it.
I'm sure if you got to think more expansively about the reading, right? Like if you're reading reports, if you are, reading a ton of emails, if you're just like have a very email heavy job, that's all time spent reading and interpreting new information. If you, read the news, if you I don't know, my partner is a big Wikipedia reader. That's all reading and that's all learning. So it all counts.
Count?
I'll leave that to you to decide. I would say if you are reading and getting new information from it,
I have 16,146 Gmails. and 17,064 Outlook emails.
Oh, Marwan.
I know. I just kind of put the phone down and just say, I'll be okay.
I think if you were to spend even a little bit of time just working through those, that probably would get you to 100 hours. So you're good.
I might have to have a piece of chocolate after this is over to get over that trauma.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like, can they just like put the numbers away? I don't need to see that number.
Yeah, just find us toward the end of August. Just say, I haven't been keeping track, but it's probably been that much, and we will happily get you your prizes. No critique needed.
I do agree with you. I think I am very close to 100 hours. If not, I already have it. So
Mhm.
I just do need to go back. But, I kind of want to, push myself and to actually read a book, because I just haven't been able to prioritize making
Sure,
the time to get my book reading
sure.
in. And I used to
Yeah,
love it so much back in the day.
yeah. I mean, I know that a lot of us are really busy. Finding ways to sneak it in, even if you're, just reading to your kid before bed every night, or just listen to a chapter of an audiobook while you're making breakfast every morning, like little things like that. It really adds up. It does.
Well, you know what? As we wrap up, I'll tell you, when I was younger, reading makes me really sleepy. So when I would read my favorite authors, I would
Mhm.
read, fall asleep, and I wouldn't eat, wake up, start reading again, fall asleep. It just reading makes me tired. Doesn't matter how good the book is.
Understandable.
It's like, man, I'm trying and I'm reading the same paragraph like 6 times, and
Mhm.
finally, I pass out for a little bit, wake up.
Yeah, I had the audio equivalent of that recently. I was on a flight and I didn't think I was that sleepy, so I was listening to an audiobook and then I fell asleep and then woke up like an hour later and I'm like, wait, what's the last part of my book that I heard? The nice thing with the Libby app, which is the ebook and audiobook app that we have, is you can set a sleep timer
Oh,
for like
really?
10, 15, 30 an hour. So if you
Wow.
do doze off, it won't just keep playing your book for the next 8 hours. Like it'll time out after a little while.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So you only really have to rewind every like a little bit, which is really handy. And so thankfully I had set my sleep timer, so it timed out after half an hour. But yeah,
Kinda like
there's
when you binge Netflix, it's like, "Do you wanna continue?"
are
Not
you
that I've
still
ever
there?
binged anything or not. This wouldn't be me. I don't know how I know that information. Someone must have shared it with me.
Oh, it's happened to all of us at times. Yeah.
Well, man, this was a super informative, podcast this month.
Yeah.
We missed last month for July 4th,
Mhm.
but there is something coming up this month that, you had mentioned.
Yes. So, along with our summer learning program, the library is really trying to get out and about in the community because we know there's a lot of really great events going on. And we're probably related to some of them in some way. So, we were, for instance, at the Pride Festival earlier in July. It's August now. Oh my gosh, a couple
It
weeks ago.
see? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
We were
flying.
it's wild. We were at the Juneteenth festival in June, and at both of those events, we really wanted to support folks learning about um, authors and stories related to those two different topics. Just keep an eye out on our website and our emails that we send out periodically about different events that we'll be, setting up a little table at. You can always stop by and get, you know, little bits of swag, bookmarks and stickers, and our calendars and things like that. I know that the one in Bremerton specific, we might possibly be at the Islander Festival, but I'm not personally working that event. So
Oh, there was something else you mentioned. There was another
yes,
event.
yes. So the Islander Festival is on the 19th, and whether or not the library is there, it seems like it's a really good time. So enjoy that. On the 26th of August, we will have a table though at the Bremerton Zine and Small Press Festival. Now, a
Yeah.
zine
What
is
is this?
it's short for magazine,
Mhm.
but really it's just a self-published booklet about something, and that's as general as it gets. Usually, there you can find them kind of smaller size, like if you took a larger piece of paper and folded it down, and they are created by you. So you can doodle it, you can draw it, you can collage it, cut and paste, and glue things together. And
Oh,
then the
wow.
way that it's been a really like do-it-yourself thing throughout history. It's an easy way to share information on a budget. We had a zine workshop at the downtown library some months ago, and it started out with 11 by 17 sheet of paper. You fold it a whole bunch of times, cut it once, and then you've got a little booklet that opens up. I don't think let me see if I have it over here. Oh, I do. This is a cool one. It's from the D&D group that I go to sometimes at Ashley's, but it's just a little photocopied booklet. This was created by my friend and collaborator, Danny Gray. She is sort of the brains behind Bremerton Zine Fest, so it's going to be our first one ever. They also have zine festivals like in Olympia and Seattle and lots of different places across the country, but it's just a place for zine makers and people who are interested in zines to come by, and typically they are like buy, sell, trade. So a lot of folks, you can either purchase them for a small amount of money or just trade ones that you've made, or lots of zine makers are just friendly enough to just give you them.
Is there a website or something? Layla would love this.
Yeah. So there's a Facebook page. There is, sorry, I'm just checking out the website real quick. There's an Instagram account. And I think those two will be the best. It's just Bremerton Zine Fest.
Yeah. Bremerton Zine Fest.
Yes, and then ZINE, zine, short for magazine. The way those tend to be produced and distributed is just by photocopier. So if you make your zine on a single piece of paper, then slap it on a photocopier, and then once they come out, fold them up, and you're good to go. So we've done, again, we had a workshop at the library some months ago. We'll have a table at the Zine Fest this year where you can drop in and make your own zine. It's as simple as a piece of paper, some markers, a pair of scissors, and collage materials. But you can make it about whatever you want. So a zine about how cute your dog is, a zine about all the recipes you'll make with your kale, a zine about the critters you see in Evergreen Park, whatever you want it to be about. So that is August 26th. I believe from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. But if you just mosey through Evergreen Park during late morning, early afternoon, you will find it. So that is a brand new festival to Bremerton, and we really want to make sure that it is community-led, community-supported. It's going to be a good time. So the library will be there at our little table.
Nice.
And if you have any questions about that, the social media pages are the best way to get in touch, the Facebook or the Instagram.
Well, I am definitely going to try to make it to the Zine Fest. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, wait, what time did you say it was?
Let me double check that. I don't want to spread misinformation. I believe it is 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. But I am just going to double check that real quick. August 26th, Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Correct, at Evergreen Park.
Nice. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
All right, at Evergreen.
Yeah, and there will also be like some speakers, poetry reading. So just a really neat little community festival that we're hoping will be well loved and take off for the next summers onward.
Mm-hmm. So on that day, you should go to the Zine Fest and then zip over to Doc Loves the Kids and get school supplies and things like that, or go to Doc Loves the Kids first and then come down to Evergreen to the Bremerton Zine Fest. So I'm going to do one of those iterations because that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. And the Zine Fest is just, you mosey through, you spend as much time as you want. Where is the Doc Loves the Kids event?
It's actually at his location, which is on Rydell. Let me pull that up.
Great.
1748 Northeast Rydell, which is right by the Fred Meyers in Bremerton. FYI to everyone. And then the last thing I just wanted to show everyone, because you had mentioned it, was the newsletter. So this is what it looks like. And mine came this morning at 10:35. And it's just great because it just has all these reminders, because I'll forget some of the things that Priya says, because the library is doing so many different things. And so you can stay updated with what's going on. You can explore upcoming events. So they've got, clickable links. I believe these are clickable, right? I don't want to click it, take it away.
Yes, they should lead to our website.
Visit the pop-up, start a challenge today. So a lot of the things that Priya was talking about is right there. So I encourage folks to sign up for the newsletter, because it's just a great reminder just to stay informed because we get busy and we forget. And it was like, oh yeah, there was something cool going on, or it's like, man, I don't have anything to do. I wonder if there's something happening. It's like, yep, the library's doing something. And it's probably a lot of fun, and it's something for all ages. So
Yeah.
stay informed. Well,
That's
man, this was like one of our longest shows. See what
There's
happens
so
when we
much
miss
to
a
talk
month?
about.
There was a lot to talk about. Yeah, we,
Mhm.
we talked about quite a bit. Well,
Mhm.
as always, I appreciate you coming on, and I am going to continue to inspire to get my reading in. Right,
Mhm.
that's kind of an inside joke, but if you've been paying attention, you know why I said inspire. I'll be here all day, people.
Very nice.
So for Priyachari, I am Arwan Cameron. This was your monthly update from the Kitsap Regional Library. All right, City Council tomorrow, and yeah, oh, and the Kitsap Resiliency Project Tipping Points and Puzzle Pieces at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So hope to see you there. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of each other. Stay hydrated, everyone. Bye
Mhm.
bye.